Hello and welcome to another evening of frank conversation. This is Hard Copy. I'm Terry Ikumi. The national identification number is still generating reactions, with the deadlines fast approaching and uncertainty about an extension. With a fresh notice from the National Identity Management Commission disapproving the national identification number generated via bank verification number, more crowds have been gathering at NIMC offices. And following the large crowds that have gathered, the National Identity Management Commission has released a list of over 50 national identification number enrollment centers in Lagos and Abuja. Well, about a week ago, staff of the commission embarked on a strike, claiming, among other things, exposure to COVID-19 and poor staff welfare. 24 hours later, that strike was called off after a meeting between the staff union and the management of the commission. The union some days ago have vowed to abandon work if their demands are not addressed by the federal government. So let's look at the underlying issues now. My guest is Mr. Asekohai Lucky, Chairman of the Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, NIMC chapter. Mr. Asekohai, welcome to Hard Copy.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
So I think one of the first questions that's very pertinent is, what was the agreement you had with the management when you embarked on the first strike and that made you call off the strike?
Thank you very much. It's not that we really had any agreement with them. Where we had the Congress last week, Wednesday, in that Congress, we agreed the general staff agreed that we should embark on 2 days warning strike to send a signal to the management and to the federal government that if our demands are not met, that we will be going into the full-blown strike. So I heard you saying for 24 hours. No, it was not for 24 hours. It was more than that. We actually started.
It was
that
24 hours.
No, it was more than that.
How long
was it? At least 24 hours make a day. After that meeting on Wednesday, we did go back to work again. We closed from that meeting.
I understand, but you called off the strike.
Yes, we called off the strike 48 hours. After 48 hours, that is the angle I'm driving at. It was on Thursday and on Friday. Then the calling of the strike memo came out around 6 p.m. in the evening, asking our colleagues to go back to work on Monday. That's this week. So the minister actually called the Secretary General of the mother body in Lagos. He's in Lagos, he's based in Lagos. So he called me as the unit chairman. The minister have reached out to us, step it down, let's enter into negotiation with them. We said, well, even though the negotiation will be going on, or we have agreed to be dialoguing, but let us now officialize the 21 days ultimatum. God forbid, in case they fail, then we have backing. That is why immediately we were stepping down the 2 days warning strike. We issued a 21 days ultimatum that is counting as we speak.
So why are you threatening to go on strike again when the 21 days have not elapsed?
Yeah, thank you. We will not wait for the 21 days to elapse before we tell them what we will do if they did not meet our demand. Because we, as a staff of the commission, they are not new issues. The only issue that is new to us is the COVID-19 issue that is everywhere at the moment. When you talk about the poor welfare, I have some document with me here, a congress of such. We had a congress of such as far back as 2018 that gave birth to a communique we issued to the management. If you have a look on this document, this communique, it was issued on the 15th of October 2018. It contained poor salary, it contained approved paramilitary salary scale, it contains payment of first 28 days allowance, hazard allowance, and other allowances and overtime. It contains other funding of enrollment centers across the nations. It contains persistent internal error, in processing error. Those are the issues we raised as far back as 2018. 2019, we continue. Then they keep telling us, relax, relax, relax. We will just exercise patience with us. All those things will be settled. They did not do anything. Now we are coming into another phase of it. COVID-19 has been added to it. We were able to manage ourselves this period because at least we understand the situation. We agree that they have not been money because they keep telling us no money, no money. But now that COVID-19, who has no respect for anybody, has added it to it, we said, gentlemen, it is high time you protect me so that I will be able to be sure of myself, for me to render their service to the citizen.
I just want us to be clear. We will go into some of the details
Okay.
for the strike, but let us be clear on one thing. When you met with the management,
Yes.
a day after you embarked on that strike,
Yeah.
what was the conversation? What was the agreement that led to you calling off the strike?
Yes, like I said, sir, we've not discussed with the management yet.
So there was no meeting
There
with
was
the
no
management?
meeting with the management yet. A call came in from the mother body, that those people that oversee what we do in NIMC, you know, we cannot disobey them. They said, step it down. The discussion between them and the minister, not even our management this time around, the minister. You know, the minister to us.
But I'm confused.
Yes.
Let me say, because I had a conversation with the minister.
Okay.
The minister agreed
Yeah.
that there was a meeting between the management
Yeah.
and your union.
Yeah.
But he wasn't part of that meeting, but he knew that there was a meeting. So are you saying that there was no meeting?
Yes, I used the word there was no meeting because when the man called me to step my action down.
That's the minister?
Yeah, no, the Secretary General of the Union.
Okay.
When he called me to step that the action, that the minister have reached out to him, that it will be in Abuja this very week, the week that is running out today, that when he comes, we will look for a way of meeting with the minister. That was when the management, not even the DG, the management now set up a reconciliation committee that they want to discuss with us. I told them in turn that the discussion is above me because the mother union have already stepped into the issue. So until they come, we are not discussing anything.
So the 21-day ultimatum, what was supposed to happen within those 21 days?
Yes, thank you. Within these 21 days, they have the window to address all the issues raised. After the 21 days, if they refuse or if they fail to address those issues, then we go on a full-blown strike.
Okay, so let's talk about some of these issues now. One of the issues you raised was the lack of equipment to work with. I'm not talking about PPEs, I mean work tools. But in my conversation with the minister, he said that he is not aware of such a thing, that NIMC has not raised anything. In fact, according to him, all the tools that you need to carry out your work eventually have been provided. Is that true?
Well, if the minister said he's not aware, I may not be better positioned to speak for the management. But as a staff, at least I was an operator. I know what we have as operator who works in a center. As we speak, we don't have enough tools. The ones we have at the moment are obsolete, are old. They need to be replaced. With the pressure that is being mounted on them again, they may not last again because those systems are old. You can confirm from anybody. They are old. Those systems will be purchased as far back as 2013, 2014, and this 2021 with the pressure of Matec for that issue. No, we don't have enough equipment.
And is the management aware of this?
The management are fully aware. That is why in all our meetings, we keep hammering on walkie tools. We don't have enough equipment.
So with the equipment that you have, which you claim are obsolete, how many people are possibly registered daily?
Like in HQ we have less than 20 computers at the headquarters. Less than 20 computers. As a day before yesterday, I did a counting of those computers. There were 18 computers and 15 were functionals. 15. That is, out of thousands of numbers of us in that headquarters, it is only 15 persons that will mount those systems for a day to work. So I believe if we have more computers, let's assume 60 computers, and you imagine where 60 persons will mount computers at a go, and this registration will not take less than five minutes.
For each person?
For each person.
So, but you don't have an estimate of how many people you are able to register with the bad state of your
Yes, like
equipment?
yesterday, I made the confirmation. I asked them. Yesterday, they enrolled 400 and is it 450, 449, 450, thereabout, yesterday. Day before yesterday, because they work late, they closed around, is this 7 p.m. or to 8 p.m. I left the office few minutes to 7, but my colleague told me that they were there till few minutes to 8. They got up to 900 or 915 figures in numbers.
So under this kind of condition now, do you think that the deadline is feasible?
Yeah, the deadline is feasible if and if only more systems are added to what we have. Because we have enough manpower. I keep saying it. We are many. Even me, I'm an operator, and I can operate the system very well. If they give us more system, the deadline is feasible. Yes.
Okay, let's talk about the COVID-19 issue now. You mentioned that your staff have been contracting COVID-19, and you have complained about the crowds. We understand that 50 more centers have been added to both Lagos and Abuja. Is that, you're laughing, is that not true?
Well, it is, I believe those should be verifiable facts. Those centers, they should be able to measure them, and you go to those centers and find out if there are systems in those centers.
Have you found out?
Yes, because I will use the word yes or no, because I've been to some centers, they mentioned, we have staff there, but the systems are not working. In places like Kuje is a local government on its own. Kuje has only one functional system, Kuje as a whole. I've been to Buhari once. Yes, they were not working that very period. Apart from Amak, FCT here, I don't think every other center they mention is what it is as we speak. Because if you go to places like Abaji, I don't know if they mention Abaji. I don't think Abaji Center even exists there at all. So they should bring more systems. I don't know why they are, I don't know whether they are playing politics with it, or I don't know what they are hiding. They should give us more system. They will work.
The initial clamor was for more centers to be opened. So you're saying now that the opening of more centers is not the solution to the crowds. It's more about the equipment to work with.
Yes, it's the equipment. Yes, if you open centers, no equipment. Of what use are those centers? We have 2 halls in the head office there. In those 2 halls, they can conveniently take up to 20 systems each. Of what use are those halls? If you have system, mark them. Let staff engage those systems, and you see this crowd disappears.
The Minister of Communication did say that for these crowds to disappear, that the booking system has been adopted, but Nigerians are just not aware, or typical Nigerian fashion, everybody just wants to crowd the place. Is the booking system a solution?
Yeah, the booking system should have been a solution, but because of whom we are, the booking system is not working. Everybody wants to do it that same day he or she comes around. I was at the gate last week, even before this action, even before we go on the 2-day strike. I was among those controlling the crowd. We give someone's come back February 3rd. The person will tell you, I need it now. Where have you been since all these years? No answer. You see, the booking system, to me, it will not work now because of the type of people we are as a country. That is why I feel the only solution now, bring in more system, then the crowd disappears.
But are you not worried about the COVID-19 protocols that are being ignored? I mean, you've complained about that as well. So what protocols are in place? What safety measures are in place against COVID-19 since the crowds won't disappear?
Because of no enough system. That is why everybody wants to get a road at the same time. That is our issue. I believe by the time they give us more systems, everybody's attention will go to one system or the other. You see that instead of 10 of us to gather in one system, that those 10 people will go to different system. Number one, the crowd will be reduced on one person who's mounted that one system. That is number one. Then number two, I believe by the time those people are being shared according to the system, I will apply my own measure, you apply your own measure. Then we are both safe.
Okay, let's go on a quick break.
Thank you.
We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us. Welcome back to Hard Copy. We're speaking with the Chairman, Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, NIMC chapter, Mr. Asekokai lucky on the threat to resume the strike action, which the union called off last week. Mr. Asekokai, let's conclude on this issue of the COVID-19 pandemic, which you say it's a new threat to you. You had talked about the issues of PPEs, and I recall clearly that NIMC had put out a statement saying that sometime on the 6th of January, PPEs were donated by CACOVID, were distributed. What's the state of that? Because you complained that you did not receive them.
Yeah, well, here in Abuja, they've actually distributed few. I use the word few because I only receive face masks, face shield, liquid soap, hand sanitizers. Those are the things we received as staff. In the state offices, they only dump those things at the zonal headquarters. We have 6 geopolitical zone. At the zonal headquarters, they ask the state coordinators of those various states to come or to go to their various zonal headquarters to pick those things up. We said no. We'll be talking about welfare in terms of salary. You are asking those coordinators now to use part of their monthly pay, salary, to move those things to their various states.
Is that still the case? Because I know you talked about this as far back as Monday.
Yes.
Is it still the case till now?
If you have opportunity to reach out to all those states, you will know who is lying. Those things are not in any way apart from the zonal offices.
Up till now?
Up till as we speak. Up till as we speak, those things are still lying fallow at the zonal offices. But we in HQ, we have opportunity of being with them here. It is easy to pick those things and share to us.
Okay, let's go to this now. The minister did say that he blames Nigerians for the rush. He said that the announcement was made sometime in February 2020 on this issue, and you recall that we went into a lockdown just after that. Were you working during the lockdown?
No, we did not work during the lockdown. You know, I supported the minister of that statement. You know why I use the word I supported him? I use it because enrollment has been ongoing as far back as 2012. Where have those people been? 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, almost 9 years. Where have they been? Why the rush now? I love what he did because we are so difficult as human beings here in the part of the world that if they did push you, you will do the right thing. So I'm happy with him on that. Let us get it done. And I believe we are doing it.
You know, some would argue that just like the bank verification number, that until an importance is placed on it, it's just like every other directive. And some would also say that it's important to put out some form of sensitization for Nigerians to be aware of why this is important. Do you think that the ministry and NIMC did that?
We've done enough in terms of sensitization. Before now, I've worked with corporate communication unit of NIMC, or in NIMC rather. I know at times we go out for road shows, creating awareness about the importance of NIN. Just get a road. Somebody will just come from nowhere and tell you, I don't need it. Just do it, I don't need it. If not until now, sir, as we speak, many of us, we are doing nothing in the office because people were not coming forward to a road. And I tell you, to run jingles, you know how expensive it is. We will be running jingles. I know 2017, 2018, mostly when Engineer Aliyu Aziz came aboard this very DG, they run jingles for some months. Nobody seems coming.
You're speaking of the DJ. It would seem that some of your staff are not comfortable with the DJ since he assumed office. Is there a grouse between the union and the DJ? Yeah,
recently, must be sincere, he has been cooperating because we actually will be working with him because we knew when he came in, the state of Nigeria as such, when he came aboard October, November 2015, then this government have already been in place. You know what it means. No money, no money, no money. We bear with them, no money. And all of us, all hands have been on deck, working together to make sure things work out. If not, until recently we now discover it's like, let us do it in our own way. Because it seems nobody is believing anybody again, or nobody is trusting anybody again. That is why, okay, now that it is like this, Mr. DG, sir, allow us to cry out to the public. Let them help us if the help will come. We should stop this silence of a thing while we die in poverty. We don't have anything and we claim that we have. We don't.
Some of your staff are blaming the DG for the poor staff welfare.
Yeah, the DG, well, I would say yes or no, because a man will never offer what he does not have. That is one thing. In terms of welfare, to me, it's not doing well. Everything is not money, like I keep telling them. It's not money. Talk to staff, give the staff hope, and talk to me. Let me convince me. Let me believe in you. But I feel for him, because all the time he has taken to speak with us, no result. No result. I show you what document now. We had an agreement in 2018 signed by both parties. This agreement, nothing has been implemented. Nothing has been implemented in this agreement. So how will you come back again in 2021 to tell me as a exercise patient that 2022 will be okay? How do you know that if I will see the end of the year? Or how do I even know that you giving me the promise you will live to see 2022? I only know of today, I don't know of tomorrow. So give me what will keep me alive till tomorrow as of today, so that we live.
So what kind of changes are you hoping to see with the DG now?
DG should try as much as possible as a father to increase our salary, because that is the major issue.
Well, you say man cannot give what he doesn't have.
Yes,
it's not in his capacity to do
you
that.
don't expect me to leave my duty post to go to the minister, or you don't expect me to leave my duty post to go to the budget office, or you don't expect me to leave my duty post to go to Mr. President on all those issues. My own is to enroll and get the figure to the database. His own role is to make sure my own welfare is up to date. The same way I make sure the database bringing in data is equally up to date. My people says this one's watch this one watch this one, both will be clean. But a situation whereby only one hands will be washing the other one, then who wash the other one?
Okay, on the issue of categorization as essential workers, you had complained about that. Has that been sorted now?
Yeah. No, it has not yet.
Because we know that the federal government did say that staff on grade level 12 to 1 should stay home because of the COVID-19 pandemic, but you keep going to work.
Yes. Why I use the word not yet, because we've not met with the minister yet. There was a time they came up with Saturday's job. That is, we should start coming to work on Saturday and on Sundays. We said no. DG, sir, we did this Saturday, Sunday work as far back as 2015, 2016. None was paid for doing it. He said no. That was when the issue of you are now a essential service provider came in. I said, good. If I am a essential service provider, at least there are benefits accrued to that. There are benefits attached to that. Then now you will just tell me verbally that we are essential service provider. They came up with, to me, I call it a purported memo telling me and my colleagues that we are not essential service provider, because I went to PTF website. I saw the list of essential service provider. NIMC is not there. We said, if you say we are essential service provider, gazette it. Federal government should gazette it so that I should be able to stand on my feet and ask for my benefit of being a essential service provider.
Thank you so much, Mr. Asekokai Lucky, Chairman, Association of Senior Civil Servants of Nigeria, NIMC chapter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Well, that's it on Hard Copy. Send your feedback to email address and social media handle on your screen. For more on Hard Copy, go to channelstv.com. There you'll find our podcasts as well. I'm Terry Ikubi. Goodbye.